Good morning. This is Mike Houston with your Wednesday morning weather hazard briefing for southeast Idaho. Looking at our weather impact summary, we're expecting dry and stable northwest flow today and Thursday, with locally gusty winds developing today, mainly across the Arco Desert and the Shoshone lava fields, along with some low relative humidity. We'll also see some gusty winds up across the central mountains. And then as we work our way into the weekend for Friday and Saturday, we're expecting record or near record highs across a broad area of southeast Idaho. And then by Sunday and especially running into Monday, we should see things turning milder as we get some cooler temperatures filtering in from the north and east. Okay, let's take a look at satellite imagery this morning. We have a big high pressure here off the Oregon coast. That'll be expanding inland across California into the western Great Basin today and tomorrow, which will continue to help support that northwest flow across the region. Looking at our weather impact overview matrix graphic of disaster, here we have basically the Snake Plain and Magic Valley today. Should see low relative humidity and gusty winds for maybe a moderate impact. As we look further north across the central mountains, we see minimal impacts with similar conditions of low relative humidity and gusty winds. For Thursday, it looks like we get a lull in the activity, and then Friday, as I mentioned, that high-pressure ridge begins to expand across the region. So we expect to see near record highs across many areas and hot in the central mountains. By Saturday, we're looking at record highs with low humidity and gusty winds as the ridge begins to break down in the afternoon. So classic breakdown of the 500 millibar ridge for areas across the Snake Plain and Central Mountains may spell some red flag highlights for that area. And then as we work our way into Sunday, we continue with the low relative humidity and hot conditions in some areas. It looks like the winds will probably be slipping further south across the Magic Valley and the south central highlands. Okay, let's run through some graphics here. Temperature-wise, the highs today generally in the upper 80s, maybe even to the lower 90s in some locations. Minimum humidities down in the 15 to 20% range. And then wind gusts this afternoon, as we were mentioning, the strongest winds probably here across the Arco Desert into the Shoshone lava fields. I think this is a little overdone here in the central mountains, but certainly some areas peaking up near 25 for wind gusts. And this may be a little overdone here as well with gusts to 30 here in the Snake River Plain. As we work our way into Thursday afternoon, as I mentioned, the winds dying off somewhat across the central mountains, but slipping to the south here across the Magic Valley and south central highlands. So we may see a little bit of wind down there tomorrow. Looking at the high temperatures here for Saturday, if I could, I'd push these temperatures up a little higher, maybe mid to upper 90s here in the eastern Magic Valley and the mid 90s here in the Snake River Plain. As you look at the relative humidities, nothing surprising here, 10 to 15% across the region under these hot conditions. And it looks like we're expecting some wind here across the central mountains and Snake River Plain. Maybe enough to satisfy some red flag conditions. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But right now I've got my eye looking at a potential red flag event here for Saturday, especially with the breakdown of the 500 millibar ridge. As we work our way into Monday, temperatures cool as the ridge continues to break down and shift off to our south and west. Here we are looking at highs generally in the 80s in the Snake River Plain and upper 70s in the central mountains. Humidity is still fairly dry, 15 to 30% in some areas. And certainly as we work into Monday, expecting the continuation of gusty winds as that ridge is broken down and moving off to our southwest. We are back into a northwest flow across the region. Okay, just to summarize what we've gone through, dry and stable northwest flow across the region today and Thursday. That'll produce some locally gusty winds and low humidity across the Arco Desert and Shoshone lava fields today and portions of the Central Mountains. We are looking at record or near record highs for Friday into Saturday. And then the ridge breaks down Saturday. I would expect potential for maybe some red flags on that day, especially across the Central Mountains and Snake River Plain. And as the ridge continues to break down, we should see temperatures turning milder Sunday into Monday. That's all I had for you here this morning. If you had any comments, questions, or concerns, please give us a call here at the number on the screen. Thank you.